Okay, and then my levels look fine also, which was the problem last episode. Last time I tried this. What you're watching is not the first time Elisha's tried a solo Third Opinion Podcast episode. The audio on the last episode was just ruined. It was ruined. Not any good. So, let's go ahead and get this show on the road, shall we? Okay, Google. Replay song. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Third Opinion Podcast and radio show. You may have noticed, or you may not have noticed, Elisha is here by himself this week, recording Third Opinion Podcast episode 33. You think for episode 33, Ethan would also be here? Excuse me, but he isn't. Busy boy Ethan had a busy boys weekend. And it's Sunday night, super late, and he has to get up super early and go to work. Whereas Elisha works in the afternoon. So, this is a Third Opinion podcast episode, and I really hope that you enjoy it. And if you're watching the YouTube, thank you very much. And if you like the Facebook page, thank you also. And if you follow us on Twitter, thank you as well. So, for today's opening topics, I really didn't prepare for this one. You think for a very first episode, or for a solo episode, Elisha would have done this a little bit of preparation. Excuse me, but not the case. Ethan said that he might be able to show up, might be able to come here and record. But we all see how that went, didn't we? Don't we? So, for today's initial opening topic, we're going to talk about what we're planning on doing for the rest of the month of April 15th. I'm recording this. I miss Ethan. I'm recording this for April 15th, 2018, around 10 at night, 10-ish at night. So what I wanted to, I don't know why I have my headphones on. So what I wanted to talk about, I asked Ethan before I started recording. Ethan, my man, you're busy, but do you have any idea of what a good topic or two for the show would be? And he said we can talk about one thing. You can talk about one thing, and you can mention the other thing. And I said, all right, cool, I'll mention both. So the very first one was the kind of car trip that we're going on. Besides us going to Toys R Us, before they all are gone from existence. Bless their souls, bless Toys R Us' soul. But besides that one, I got a opportunity, I guess, or like I don't know what else to call it. I'll call it an opportunity. I got an opportunity to drive a new-ish, I think new Hyundai Volante. I think that's what it is. It's like a two-door hatchback or something like that. 4 seats. But I was on Reddit and I was skimming through just neat things, neat car stuff. And there was an option to go to a local Hyundai dealership and test drive one of the cars that they had. And the one that I chose was a Volante. And they said all you have to do is just schedule a date. Excuse me, make an appointment. And you get to just test drive the car around and see what you think about it. And you also, disclaimer by the way, you also get a $40 gift card if you do this as well. So me and Ethan thought, well, we can make some good content out of this. We can Oh, I gotta fix the mic. Hold on. We can like record us talking about it, which I quickly realized that that episode of whatever we want to call it, Elisha test drives a Hyundai. I don't know what we're going to call it, but it's just going to be me talking about how cool modern cars are, and comparing modern cars to my car, a 2004 Mercedes. I quickly realized that's what the episode would devolve into. But if it's really just 20 minutes of me driving around a car and Ethan sitting in the back seat, which I think he has to do, him sitting in the back seat and us just talking about cars. If that's 20 minutes, if they even let us film, if that's 20 minutes of that, then in my opinion, that's just fine with me. Nothing lost, nothing lost. $40 and driving a fun new car gained. So. Delicious water. So that was one thing that Ethan said I could talk about. That I suppose I could talk about. We're 5 minutes in, and I'm already out of content. No, I'm just kidding. The other thing that we can talk about, I miss Ethan so much. The other thing that he said I could mention is the Chicago trip. And when he says Chicago trip, the Chicago thing, there's 2 or 3 Chicago things that he could probably be talking about. And what I initially thought was like, oh, well, we're talking about just going to Chicago for like a week or whatever and just enjoying time and spending time. And then I was like, ooh, or maybe he's talking about the comedy show that we're going to go see in June. So the comedy show that I'm talking about, that I mentioned, that he mentioned, that I just mentioned, is it's a Australian absurdist and ridiculousness sketch comedy trio based from Australia. Their name is Aunty, Donna, and their whole thing is like just making these ridiculous, albeit funny, ridiculous like situations and sketches and like comedy videos on YouTube, and they also do live shows of their sketches. They are very self-referential inside of their shows, in their live shows, and they often say like, aren't you folks glad you came here to see a sketch comedy group? Or just something like that. Just something ridiculous, but funny like that. I think that's the second week in June. Maybe I'll have to find where the tickets are. And plus I'll link their channel and where you can get tickets. I think they're having probably 8 or 9 shows in North America, because they mostly tour in Aussie land and all that. And they mostly tour in Australia, so I'll have to find the tickets. We'll have to find tickets and then go eventually, or go to Chicago, because I think they're doing it. I think Chicago's like the closest one to us, maybe. But yeah, we're gonna go see that hopefully, and we're very excited to go see that hopefully. But I think it was the second week in June, because I usually stay home for E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo. E3. If you're watching the video, you just saw a cool bunch of letters. If I feel like editing that part in, it's very late, and I don't feel like doing much. And so usually I like to stay home for E3, because I like to see all the games announced and all the hardware and electronic stuff announced. Although I have to say, it's open for the general public now, but I have to say, like, Gamescom is more of what I'm into. And people like Nintendo and Xbox and Sony and some computer hardware manufacturers, they have started doing like their own shows throughout the year. Like E3 originally was just like a once a year thing where people could get together in sunny San Clarita. I don't know where it is. Santa Clarita, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Santa Monica. I don't know where it is. Hold on, we'll find out. Okay, Google, where is E3?
Electronic Entertainment Expo event locations: Los Angeles Convention Center and Los Angeles.
Awesome, thank you. So it's in Los Angeles. But usually what I like to do is stay at home and watch those, and just look at all the cool stuff. Listen to people talk about like games and electronics and things I'm really interested in. You may have noticed I'm interested in games and electronics and cool stuff like that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but originally, it was just like a once a year thing where people could get together and show off what they've done, over the year or what their company's up to or cool new hardware. I know 2014's E3 was absolutely mental because they announced the 8th generation video game consoles, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Weird naming scheme for the Xbox One. They announced those, and it was like just insane. Like I think it had like the biggest E3 turnout ever. It might be, unless this is the one where they announced the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. That one might be more. I doubt it, but excuse me. Oh goodness gracious! I had pizza for dinner. Let me tell you, Raphael's pizza is very good. Me and Ethan are big fans of pie. We are. That's another place. Excuse me. That's another place where we might just have like lunch and talk about things and record and film. Maybe. I don't know. We just have so much going on. We don't know. But Raphael's is reopened and they're on Sparta Street. That's great because that's usually where me, my grandma, and my great aunt and my sisters, we all go to get lunch after church on Sunday. And maybe every once in a while go for dinner or whatever. But their pizza in town is for homemade pizza. It's next to none. It's so good. Oh man, I'm getting hungry. I kind of want to have leftover pizza again. Have more pizza. Anyway, I'm gonna move on. Let's see. What else did Ethan say? Well, that's all Ethan said. I said, "Good ideas, Ethan. Thank you." And he said, "Always happy to help. Pop." To which I responded, "Don't patronize me, boy. You should be here recording with me." I didn't say that. I love you, Ethan. Miss you, baby. The other thing that I did kind of want to mention or kind of talk about was, well, one of them at least was Black Panther being the 4th highest grossing film ever. If you haven't seen that viewing party for Black Panther, Robodog. Oh, what was the other film we watched? Oh, and The Princess Bride. We watched those 3 films on Viewing Party episode 1. You can watch that episode on youtube.com/Third Opinion Podcast. I think that's right. I don't know the URL, but you can search Third Opinion Podcast and we're the very first directory for the podcast part. If you type in Third Opinion, you get some kind of weird YouTube channel that hasn't done anything in a year or two. I don't know why they're on there. But it's just absolutely mental to me that now, I think it's great now, but if you had mentioned to somebody 15, 20 years ago that a mostly black cast in a superhero film was one of the highest grossing films of all time, in the top 5, top 10 even, top 5, top 3, I think it's going to be the highest grossing film of all time. But it reached the $1 billion mark. Let me take a drink of water. Excuse me, thank you. But it reached the $1 billion mark in 26, 27 days, not even a month, which is just crazy. That's so much. That's so much dough. And I mean, the film was very good. I haven't really seen a Marvel film that I didn't quite care for. Maybe 1 or 2 of them were just not the best. That's understandable. In an 18 film franchise, they're not all going to be winners, but Black Panther was really, really good. I was surprised at how good Black Panther was going to be. Ooh, and the soundtrack. After this, I want to finish up the episode so I can listen to the Black Panther soundtrack. It had Kendrick Lamar and hold on, let me find it. Now I'm just talking about Black Panther and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Infinity War comes out. Ooh, actually, next week's episode is going to be Infinity War bingo card. Let me text Ethan that real fast, actually. Hold on. Alright, here we go. Next week's episode is going to be Infinity War bingo card, my man. I'll tell you what he says. But what was I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? Heckarina. I've already forgotten it. Whatever. Man, I'll have Ethan here to remind me. There's always something there to remind me. I don't remember what it is now. Well, either way, Black Panther being one of the highest being one of the highest grossing films of all time is absolutely insane to me. It's crazy. It's a very good movie though. I think it deserves it because it's so good. Let's see here. What else can I talk about? Oh, Elon Musk. I follow Elon Musk on Twitter. He's a very funny and insightful guy, and he's an incredible businessman, founder, CEO. But let me hold on a second. Let me find the thing that he, excuse me, that he tweeted. It was like, here it is. He tweeted 4 hours ago, so like at 6 today or whatever. This is going to sound crazy, but SpaceX will try to bring rocket upper stage back from orbital velocity using a giant party balloon. And he tweeted after that, and then land on a bouncy house. Who the heck is this guy? Who does this guy think he is? Oh man, I thought that was so funny. But that brought up like another thing that I wanted to talk about was just like, oh, something in my eye. If you're on the radio, you don't care. If you're on the video, you probably also don't care. I thought it was just crazy that like you could have the CEO or a founder or a business or whatever, like just tweet something or make an internet statement about something, and then do it, and then just act on it like immediately afterwards. Like Elon Musk said he was going to sell 20,000 flamethrowers. He sold out 20,000 flamethrowers. Like just to people in the world. I think that's so crazy that like you can just do that now. And then obviously the things with Donald Trump, like he I don't want to get too much into politics, but like the best way to like see the inner workings of the president of the United States, it's on Twitter. Like you can just go see what is on his mind on Twitter. I think that's just so crazy to me. That you can just see what all of these important people and people in the spotlight and great minds that think alike. You can see what they're thinking or what they're doing, and I just think that's extremely interesting. I think we live in an incredible time, where you can do that, and it was just very very cool to me. I thought it was very interesting. On the other thing, and this is not as fun to talk about, but I kind of have to mention it. R. Lee Ermey died. The gunny, he was in the film as Gunnery Sergeant or Staff Sergeant Hartman, one or the other. He was as one of those two, or he was like a drill sergeant in the Marines in the 1960s. In the movie Full Metal Jacket, he was this mean drill sergeant or whatever, right? But like, what was I going to talk about? Whatever. He passed away. He passed away at 74 from like complications due to pneumonia or something like that. Which pneumonia in older aged people in your later years can be extremely deadly. And in his case, it was, unfortunately. But I hate to see him pass. He was such a great actor. He's just such a great man. Like just a really outstanding guy. I never met him personally, but my mom and dad did meet him at a gun show. I think it's called SHOT Show in like 2010, 2011 maybe earlier than that. And they got me a signed picture of the gunny that says like to Elisha from R. Lee Ermey. And it says like "Oorah" or whatever it is. And I thought that was extremely cool. So now I gotta find it and I gotta like frame it up and make it look real nice and put it in a frame and all that. And put it on my wall. So I hate to see him pass. He's a great guy. I read another thing in the online forum on the thread that said, I don't know if it's going to happen or if they were just talking about it or what, but they mentioned that like they should do a 24-hour marathon on the History Channel of all of like R. Lee Ermey's shows that he did. He did 2 shows. One of them was called Mail Call, and it was him talking about like military history, military weapon history, and the other one, let me find it real fast. The other one is like, let me find it. I can throw it fast. Yeah, Mail Call was one of them, and the other one was Lock and Load with R. Lee Ermey, and they're both just like military history and American military history and weapons history and all that. And I'm pretty sure. Oh man, I'm pretty sure like Lock and Load was like only one season, but it was so cool like to hear him just talk about like American history, like with the military involved, because America was like founded. America was founded with a gun in its hands, like it's really just the way it is. But I just thought it's just so interesting for him to talk about like the main rifle, and I'll get off the gun topic here in a second. But it was so interesting like to hear him talk about just like American military history and like going from the musket to like a fully automatic assault rifle in like 200 years time, not even. It was just extremely interesting. And if you're a fan of guns or not, or if you're a fan of history or not, it is a shame to see him pass. Really made me sad. Let's see, what else can I talk about? I'm about out of topics, and it's only been like 20 minutes? It's only been 20 minutes, not even. Let's see, what else did me and Ethan, what me and Ethan were going to talk about on this episode? I don't even think we knew what we were going to talk about. Han Solo comes out, I think, in a month, at the end of May. Let me check my computer. Yeah, Han Solo comes out, like, in May. If you haven't seen the trailer for it yet, the trailer's actually good. Like, the trailer really... Now, I still think the movie's going to be hot garbage. Hot garbo. And I think that's just the way that is, unfortunately. You can't switch directors midway through a film and hope it's going to be good. That just never works. But that comes out in a month, and we're going to make the bingo card for that one. We're just a fan of bingo cards on the Third Opinion podcast radio show. Thought I heard a door opening or something. So we're excited for that. It's going to be a fun time. Let's see, what else can I talk about? What else has happened besides Donald Trump? I don't really want to talk about Donald. The aim of our show is to be a break from the real life, kinda, and to like not really delve too deep into politics and current events that much. The first original episodes were kind of that way, but now we just like relax and have fun, talk about things, like kind of a break from dumb real life. Real life is dumb, and I think everybody agrees and everybody knows it. Man, what else happened this week that I could talk about? Oh, okay, so this is how I'm going to spend the last few minutes of the show. The last 2 minutes of the show. Buckle in, it's a real doozy. So I mentioned on the last episode 32, if you haven't seen the video, Ethan's Corner, or whatever the title of that video is, we were in Ethan's Corner in the big house. Anyway, I mentioned the video called Kid Yodeling in Walmart, or something like, I think that's what it's called. Let's cut to the clip.
All I do is say, I, that last song did, she said.
And welcome back from that. But like, there was a meme like a day or two after the yodeling kid in Walmart video went viral, and people like a couple million views or whatever. There was a day after that, there was a picture of the kid at a music festival called Coachella that takes place in California. Okay, Google, where does Coachella take place?
Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival event locations, Empire Polo Club and Indio,
California. There's a picture of the yodeling child standing on the stage of Coachella as a joke, as a meme, as a goof and a gaff, and people are like, "Oh, that's really funny. That'd be really funny if it really happened." Like that's just the way things are going these days. And Coachella is going on this weekend, which is probably why they were like, a meme. They converge the thing. I'll go ahead and show a picture of the tweet of the yodeling child standing on stage of Coachella, the meme, and then the real picture of the yodeling child standing on stage at Coachella. He was really there. Elisha looks like a big dumb idiot. No surprise to anyone. And I don't know if there's a video of the yodeling child like at Coachella yodeling, or if like he's on stage like talking about Walmart. I guess he's a Walmart spokesperson. I have no idea. But I just saw the tweet. The tweet said memes for 2018 are canceled, and I have to agree, kind of, because that meme predicted like a week and a half, 2 weeks, or I guess 2 weeks now in advance, that the yodeling child would just be on the stage of Coachella performing. I have no idea. I need to look this up. Like just the yodeling child like performing at Coachella. Is he going to sing like the whole song? I really don't know. Hold on. Yodeling child Coachella. Did he actually perform? Walmart Yodel Kid performed at Coachella? Oh my gosh. I'll watch it later. I just thought it was so absurd. Not absurd. I think it's ridiculous, and I think it's very good, and I think it's heartwarming. I think it's very funny that this kid performed a song at Coachella, a music festival that, mind you, like many indie bands and like not really underground, like not so much mainstream bands go to perform at. It's in the middle of a desert, mind you. There's not much out there, and I think the yodeling kid is like from Tennessee or something also. Maybe, I have no idea. I thought it was so funny, and I thought it was so crazy that like that actually happened. Oh boy. Boy oh boy oh boy oh. So goofy. And I kind of have made a 180 on the video. Like I kind of like it. I think it's kind of nice that the kid was singing in Walmart. But me and Andrew, best friend Andrew, who's on Viewing Party episode 1, he didn't want to be on the show, by the way, which is why I'm just by myself. He was like, whenever I go to Walmart, I don't want to hear any outside racket except like the sound of the self-checkout as I leave the store of Walmart. And I'm like, I kind of have to agree. If there was a kid singing and yodeling inside of Walmart, I don't think I'd be into it. I think I'd be like, oh, great. Now there's, not only am I inside of Walmart, now I gotta listen to this kid yodeling. All I'm trying to get is my baby carrots and onions. And then there's just this young man inside of Walmart yodeling. What the heck? Oh boy, I just thought that was so funny that he's actually on the Coachella stage. I'm gonna watch this video of him performing. Can I open it? 11-year-old boy. Did I correctly predict how old he was? He's like 11. Is that what it said? He's like 9 years old. I think it said 9. Either way, I just thought it was just so funny. What a crazy time we live in. Anyway, I reckon I'm about done with the show. I can't think of anything else. I've milked this horse dry. I don't think you can milk a horse. Oh boy. Okay. It's like 11 o'clock at night. I'm done. I'm going to edit all this stuff, then I'm going to bed. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Third Opinion Podcast. Like the Facebook page, Third Opinion Podcast. Follow the Twitter page. Twitter? I don't know what it is. Follow the Twitter account, Third Opinion Podcast, Third Opinion Pod. I'll link all three of these in the description, or link the Facebook and the Twitter in the description of this video. So, if you're still listening, and if you're still watching on the YouTube, I thank you very much, and I reckon I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See ya.